Okay.
And then make sure you close your meeting here before going back to the main room so that it saves on your hard drive.
Okay, very good.
See you, folks. I'll be
Thank
back.
you. Thank
Yeah.
you. So many buttons. Hi, Lauren.
Hello, how are you?
I am very good. Where are you, Lauren?
Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland.
I'm from Cleveland.
Are you?
Cleveland.
Yes, I'm from Cleveland Heights.
Cool. I was just in Cleveland Heights a half an hour ago. Probably drove past you.
I'm not there now. I'm in Montreal.
Hi, Jeanette.
Oh,
Oh,
hi,
hello.
Shoshana.
Hi,
Hi,
Hello.
Jeanette.
Diana. Hello, everyone.
Hi. Oh,
To see
Hi, Ruth.
hi,
everybody.
Jeanette.
Everybody looks very rested.
Thank you. Glad we give that appearance.
I didn't say well fed. I said just rested. Okay, good. So we have a little bit of time to start brainstorming. Here we go. Brainstorming a little bit. What everybody's doing? Are you teaching online? Are you teaching live? How does it look with a mask and on pads, or how is that working? If somebody is doing teaching already on in person already, is anybody teaching in person already?
Oh,
Online?
yes.
Yes.
So everybody's just zooming. Okay.
And
Somebody's.
you?
Yes. And how is that going? Raise your hand.
So Mimi and I will both be teaching online in a few weeks for Jeremy's program. So we are currently collecting information and in the planning stages of this might work, but we have not had that experience yet. But Ruth, did you say you're currently doing online classes?
Right at this moment, I'm teaching private lessons, which is much easier. What I'm interested in is exactly what we were shown recently, which was graphics and, drop downs and ways to use slides and so on. I haven't done that at all.
Yes.
So I'm just interested to hear how people are using that.
Anybody?
So a question to clarify, do you mean slides during your teaching or like as a recorded pre-teaching or after teaching?
During the teaching.
During the teaching. Gotcha. Yeah.
I think sometimes especially for the kids, it breaks up the time. So it's not all I don't know about everybody else, but my teaching starts at 3:30 when the children are done with their school. So they've had a whole day of Zoom. And so I like the idea of having something visual for them that's different, that breaks up the time if we need to.
Yeah. Do you think the same for grown-ups? Do you think grown-ups need that also?
Yes, I do. I think, just for variety, just, a few minutes. So I'm just interested in how to do that and techniques that are used, and, if that works for other people. I haven't used it yet.
I want to show you two ideas which I used, and just for inspiration to see what can happen or how can you use it. So here it is. I'm going to screen share. And that has to do with, just a second, with this music. So can you hear the music?
Yes.
Okay, so here is a presentation of a possible plastic anime. It's like a chest in patterns of 4 steps. I'm going to go very quickly because we don't have too much time, but give you some ideas and we can talk. That will be the part when women are dancing, which is a little bit later. So here I am with the music. The women dancing. I'm going to go faster, superimposing as what's happening in the music later. Males dancers, figures, the women, round, square. The final image and the dance. And the dog.
Adriana, somebody can't see the video.
Oh, there wasn't a video, just a image.
Okay.
Can you explain your instructions for it? It's
Yeah.
really cool looking.
Yes, so very quickly. So we talked about angularity and numbers of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Multiple of 4s, which was very clear. And I instructed my Zoom class to move in lines of 4, whatever they can in their rooms, yes? Or do movements of 4. But they wanted to have a beginning and an end, instead of to be just random 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, to be in a line. And when the music was dum, dee, da, da, dum, it is 3, to have something ground in their movement, yes? Before we analyze the music and look at the score, just where music is square and then music is round. And just starting from that and then looking at the score and figuring out how many phrases do I have, how many times is the 4, and so forth, to create a little choreography for the piece. Of course, that's opportunity to conduct in 4, it's opportunity to conduct in 3, to do the eurythmics part before you do the spirals and so forth. And what I figured out that instead of explaining, the image, yes, was much more inspiring for the eye, and also to take the attention away from me to the drawing also helps very many times, because if not, they're staring like for at least for an hour and a half, which is very hard also. So that's how were the instructions, and then they had to figure out, we couldn't do it on Zoom that we are on a chase board, yes? But just for him, the visual possibility of that, how could that be? So that was just an enhancing of the instructions. Yeah. And also was pleasing for the eyes. That inspires also the students to do something similar for their own pieces, to figure out a way of representing And if you would have the wonderful opportunity to look in one of Dalcroze's books, the first he published, they are filled with drawings like this, not in color, yes? A lot of drawings about how to move, how to conduct, what are the traces in the space. It just happens to have a little image. Here are the 20 gestures.
Okay.
And this rhythmic book, or here are drawings of patterns of movement in space, trajectory. So because he couldn't film in his time, he had to fill his books with, that's from 1912, the book. So he couldn't film, he had a lot of drawings to enhance that. So that's for inspiration, yes? Also a lot of things that you can do by hand, not necessarily very artsy, can inspire the students from with graphics.
So Adriana, do you have your student move in space, or they are basically I think the main thing is the space issues, and how do your students and how do you connect them in movement into this project?
That's very important what we just said, because I always emphasize, we always think, oh, what can we do for the students to learn this and that? The students have to have a good space for themselves.
Mm-hmm. What can you explain a good
They
space?
have to clean the room. They have not to have the socks in every corner and the unmade bed and stuff like this. So we have to teach our students that they have to have a creative space, which is very different than until now. Now you don't have a space where to go and that is provided for you. You have to provide your own space in order to enhance your learning. And that's going to be just a special talk and teaching. How do you do this?
Mm-hmm.
You clean all the freaking stuff that it's around you, and you're going to be like in a sorry, the Japanese kind of space in which is nothing. Yes, just your socks at the door or your shoes, because everybody has a lot of stuff everywhere. So because if they look at you when you explain and you look at this beautiful stuff and you turn around and you look what you are looking in the room, that totally kills the moment.
So when you turn around, you will knock off everything. That's part of the choreography. Sorry.
And I always have the image of the socks on the bed, which is not made. So that is very important to help our students. Now, if the weather is nice, you can invite them to go out and have the lesson in outside, if they are so lucky to have a yard or a backyard somewhere where they can really move in the nature, and they have the Zoom lesson there. Now in the summer would be quite wonderful. And nobody's going to say anything because now everybody's a little cuckoo. So it's fine if that's going to be. That's a very important issue, that we educate our students to have a good space and how this space has to look like. It's just like when you ask them to have a binder and everything in a binder and not papers everywhere.
Adriana, I like the color. It's the color is inspiring too.
Excuse me?
The color is inspiring.
Yes, colors is inspiring, and you can find very another thing that I do to my students. I make them to associate paintings with music, the music that they perform, and for that it's our job to just figure out a couple of elementary aesthetics terms for them to see what does it mean structure, what's symmetry in music, what's symmetry in a painting, what's color or form or texture in one and the other, for them to recognize and find associations.
So
That
do
is-
you, can
Yeah.
I ask you, do you introduce the music first and then the painting, or painting first and music, or how do you do that?
So the process which I do, which is long, but I'm saying it now quickly, is that I usually present around 20 paintings to the students, and what I choose is abstract painting. Kandinsky and Paul Klee and a little bit of Monet and a little bit of Picasso, and something which is not really a vase or a nude, which I know what it is. So something which is abstract. So I can read better the structure they go to. And I choose it so that for me and not for you, it inspires me something structured. Okay, that sounds like a little Vivaldi, yes? Or it's so massive, like a Brahms concerto. Yes, it has weight, has structure, has symmetry, has something that is, so something that inspires you, or you can associate it with an instrument or with, I mean, so I put them 20 paintings and everybody chooses one and they have to say why did they choose it. It reminds me of my childhood or my grandmother, or smells like my favorite food, or whatever. So they have to find a reason, but also structural reason. I chose it because, explain it. And then you choose the music for one of these paintings. You choose something that for you matches music. And you ask them, can you please match this music with one of these 20 paintings? And they analyze it, why? I mean, the students love that exercise. I did it in life, and I did it on Zoom. So when after they associate it, you can go in different directions. One, you can ask them to be the painting, to pick an element from the painting and be that element. Could be the atmosphere, and then move it somehow in the room. Yes? Or you go to the music. So here is the painting, here is your whatever position from the painting, here is the music, move this shape that you created with that music. Yes, and that's a very free exploration, but you associate the visual, the kinesthetic, and the music. And that unlocks them. It's not rigid, it's fluid. And from here you can go to that piece of music and analyze it and step and clap and do all this other stuff that we know how to do already. Yeah, but that's the door in or the door out. After you do the kitchen, you can do the big picture. And I found out that if I inspire the students in this way, then I can ask them to clap and step. I give them something else, so, what is that was with a spoon of sugar, the medicine goes down or something. We know how good it is for them to step and clap, but they don't know. So we know. So we try to do. So that is the way in which I try, and for the future, I am planning on really creating graphics with conducting, with how the body is to step. I'm going to inspire myself from the Darkrose books, because I don't want to give the students a 2 minutes little video to practice at home how to conduct. I better give them a drawing and they practice it, instead of me wasting I don't know how many hours to film it and not to like my shoulder or my butt or whatever, and not in the end not being able to do the movie for them. Yeah, and that stays. And also it's not with these little movies, and we are very worried about what's that called? Intellectual property. And I don't want to do many little films for the students. Everybody's preoccupied with that. So that's
I just think of something. When we choose the music, is that there's copyright? Like, I mean, it's not really. Maybe I'm asking something else, but are we allowed to? Do we have to be careful about using living composers' music?
no. It's on YouTube. On YouTube, or you buy it on iTunes if you want to own it. But it's it's no problem to teach it. It's the same. I'm using it in my class. Mimi, you had a question?
Oh yeah, Lauren and I, we were just talking about this morning. Can I ask you, when you just play the music, did you play on your computer or did you play on your phone or your
No, it was in the
sound
computer.
system? Or was it on the computer? Okay,
How was the sound?
it's good. Was clear.
Yeah, and it was half volume.
Okay, so you do the share screen on the image and then you play the music on the other browser? Am I
I
correct?
have different windows open. One
Okay.
is the image, the other one is on YouTube, but anything else has to be shut off,
Okay.
except the ones that you share. I don't know if you know this app called TurboScan.
No. TurboScan.
TurboScan.
Okay.
So with TurboScan, you can take any picture of any piece of paper that you need a score or a drawing or a painting that you have in the house. You take the picture of it, it turns it into PDF, and you can send it instantly.
Mm-hmm.
Adriana, what is TurboScan? I don't understand.
App.
What?
It's an app.
Can you type it in the chat box, the name of it?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be nice. Thank you.
There are a couple different apps like that. Like if you look at any like scanner app, it should
Yeah.
work. You can do it with your phone. I think. Like I have a different one, I think.
Mm.
TurboScan.
Oh,
Everybody has,
TurboScan. Okay.
sorry, it's my English, my brother. So that I found it extremely simple. I paid like $4 and that's it forever, or $5, and it saved me because in 1 second you have it, and I have a painting in the house. I want to send it to my students. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to look. I take a picture, and goes there, and they can print it out or just have it like this, and it's very helpful. Also, some students were very creative, and they also used for associating with paintings and the music poems,
Mm-hmm.
words. And in the moment when you make the experience personal, it's your choice of the poem or the painting, then the relationship to learning is different. As I said, after that you can ask them to step, clap, and do 2 against 3 and all this stuff. Another cool thing that I did on Zoom, and maybe you tried that too, it's the very well-known improvisation, follow the mover. So you have 7 students, and everybody makes up their own movement, and you play. And you say, okay, I'm going to play for one of you. If you think that I'm playing for you, you keep going. If not, you stop. And then you can do it with 5 years old and be 55-year-old. But that goes on Zoom very well. That's one. And you can ask also the students that one plays, follow the mover. You can do it, okay, follow somebody's moving and you follow that one, which is a classic exercise, but goes on Zoom very well. And it's, yeah.
I was just wondering if any of you have used the whiteboard.
The what?
Because the whiteboard function
Yes.
on Zoom. Yeah, like is there a way would you do something where you're like listening to music and like that everyone can contribute to it as well? Like I was wondering if you've done anything where you like play music and then like everyone
So I
draws
think
on the whiteboard.
Adriana, I think she's talking about the whiteboard feature on Zoom. Yeah,
Zoom has
the
Zoom has one.
digital whiteboard. Yeah.
How to use that yet? Can you tell us?
Yeah, if you have screen sharing, you
Yeah.
go to screen share, and then it's one of the options. You can share your screen or you can share a whiteboard, and basically it just comes up with a blank space, and then if they want, everyone who's a participant can choose annotate, and then they can draw on the board. So you can have everyone drawing at once, which is a little bit chaotic, but like I could see a situation where you play music and you have everyone draw what they're feeling, you know?
Oh, that's very fun. But and
Yeah.
everybody can see everyone at the same time. Oh,
Yeah.
that's amazing, Shoshana.
Yeah, I don't have screen sharing right now, but it's pretty simple. You go to screen
Okay,
sharing,
I'm going to click on screen share to
and
see
then
everybody.
one of the options should be whiteboard.
Whiteboard. Here is the whiteboard.
Yeah. So
And you
draw.
can use draw.
So if everyone who's a participant wants to, if you go to view options and then you go to you click annotate, like I can also draw.
Oh my, that's so cool.
She's having too much fun by herself.
I think that's like a really good tool that people like. There are really interesting ways to use it. Like I'm not teaching Delcros right now, but I'm running like a virtual music festival, and we've been using that for certain things, which is mostly fun and silly. But like, I think we might do an event where we have like a graphical score improvisation session sort of thing where people draw and play. It's kind of funny because it's like a silly function of Zoom, but
But also you can do rhythm dictation with that.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, everyone would see it, but yeah.
So maybe somebody, one of the participants dictates to the other one. We need to go back. Dictates to the other one, and somebody is writing, somebody is doing some rhythm. The other ones are just listening.
Mhm.
Okay, and quickly we go back. Veronica is texting me. You can do on Zoom. Everybody's another note,
Ooh, I like that.
and you play. I don't know, do-to-do scale, and when you hear your pitch, you do something. Okay, that was a quick one. Okay, we need to go back. I don't know. Hold on.
I think we have to leave the meeting and click on the other link again.
I gotta go find the link.
Thank you, Adriana.
Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome. So we see each other there. Do you know how to go back?
Where's the link?
It's in the original email, I think.
I think
Yeah.
this is it.
I'm
Are you
trying.
gonna put it in the chat?
I'm trying
Oh, great.
to do that.
But I had to leave the meeting before I could join the new meeting, so you might have to leave.
Yeah, I think,
Hmm.
Oh,
and then
so I have to go to my email?
This is
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, all right.
Oh, I think Shoshana just
I
put
put
it
it
up
there. I put
I
it
hope-
in the chat.
I hope it's the right one. I'm gonna go to it, so we can all
Okay.
meet there, even if it's the
I'll
wrong
follow
link.
you.
I put it in the chat. Did you see it?
Thank you.
Okay. I have to go there too.
How do you want to leave and then join this one?
See you in the big room.